another windy day in South San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a great new coffee place. Spruce.
Yeah.
So Spruce is right next to that cute restaurant, the Night Market. I think we're going to add that to our list of South City favorites.
I'm looking forward to learning more about the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center.
Tim Russell, one of our favorite people. There is nobody who lights up a room like Tim Russell. He is one of the most positive, energetic, and amazing people. Anytime we spend with Tim, I think is always a good time. So looking forward to that. So do you know the Ren Center? I know we've only really known about the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center for the last couple of years. I think they really came to light during the pandemic, really sort of providing a conduit for a lot of government funding to really get that out to small businesses. But they've actually been around since 1985.
Really?
And then in 1990, they opened just to be an incubator for businesses, which is a little bit about like kind of what they did with us, right? Mm-hmm. Where we're a new nonprofit, and they have given us some really great office space, and they do a lot of business training, lots of courses, help people set up a business, figure out how to apply for their business license, Excel skills, marketing skills, help them with taxes, all these sort of support services to really make sure that we have a thriving small business community.
I think we're making some great progress on making sure that our class participants get to know lots of different parts of the county.
Yeah.
And keep looking for those spaces that people may not be aware of, or maybe they haven't been to that location before. So
we have such a diverse county, and South San Francisco has been an amazing partner. They understood what we were trying to do with cross-sector collaboration and having this county-wide approach to problem solving, and they jumped right in and really understood our mission.
So exciting that Sharon Runnels is the new city manager.
Oh, I know, right? So she was the head of Parks and Recreation for years. I think she said 35 years.
Wow.
And the fact that she's city manager now just makes perfect sense.
And she seems perfect for the job.
She's so good at what she does and just has this fantastic sense of calm and I've got it all together,
Yes. And it's been really fun to have so many city employees come through the Emerging Leaders Program.
Yeah, and two in the Senior Leaders Program, because we also have a city clerk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun having Josh Gevertz, our Arboretum Director, in our Emerging Leaders class. I've learned so much from him.
Yeah.
About preservation, conservation, just a huge appreciation for taking care of our natural environment.
Okay, great. Here we go. Hey Tim, how are you?
How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Hi, good to see you too. Good to see you.
Thanks for being
Happy
here.
to be here.
Oh,
Thank you.
it's you're one of my happiest people to see. Fantastic. Well, Tim Russell, the program director, the regional program director for the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center. You've done so much with the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center, which we'll be talking about sort of how that came to be. But I'd like to hear a little bit more about you, because you have a really unique skill set that you bring to this job and to the businesses you serve.
Well, I think that I was born for a purpose, and that's to transform lives, be a change maker.
And when you're looking at San Mateo County, so we are a county that's pretty large and diverse. We go from South San Francisco, where we are now, all the way down to Menlo Park, up the bay, East Palo Alto, to the coast, Pescadero. But I still think a lot of people think of the big companies, right?
Yeah.
They think of the Facebooks and the biotech that's here. But really, when you look at the statistics, 97% of the employers in San Mateo County have 100 and less employees.
Right.
And 50% of those have 5 or less employees.
Right.
So that's where you guys come in.
Right.
So tell us about how you're helping small business in San Mateo County.
Yeah. We're funded primarily to serve the underserved and under-resourced communities. Any community where they have the passion, they have the gift, they don't have the tools, they don't have the training, they don't know how to market their passion, they don't know how to create a financial plan around their passion. That's us. We can help a business become legal and sustainable so that they're not just doing it, they're doing it well and they're doing it sustainably, where, man, it can be an inheritance and a legacy for their children and their children's children and their children's children. There are small businesses out there that need help, and they need help right now. And they don't know how they're going to make it. But when Renaissance and organizations like ours come alongside of them and say, hey, let us help you be that business that lasts for a lifetime, then they embrace us with open arms. I think the main thing is that technical assistance, meeting with them one-on-one and assessing them, because we're not cookie cutter. We have our core programs that help them start and grow their business, help them understand a business model, help them understand financial projections and what business credit looks like. Every business is unique. Every community that we serve is unique. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? So we need to hear from them. But if we say, what do you think you need? And where do you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? And once they say that, we can pretty much create a plan with some of our core classes and our technical assistants to help them get there. And that's important to them because now they feel valued, they've been listened to, and we're able to, I don't want to say sneak in, but we're able to get those core things in because we know, and we've been doing this long enough to know what helps them be legal and sustainable.
So you've been around, I think, since 1985.
Yes.
And at your very beginning.
Yes.
And then you opened the doors here at the Economic Advancement Center less than 2 years ago.
Yes.
And you've already served over 300 businesses,
Yeah.
is that right?
Yeah, and I'll tell you that's because of the team that's here and the staff that's here. Amanda Anthony, I'm gonna tell you, she got out and walked the streets. Before we even opened up the center, she was walking around and we were just offering these online things, but she walked and she got to know the businesses. But she totally jumped into this role that she's in and got to know every business. That right there, as a business owner, if you know me and know what's making me tick and know where I'm not ticking well, and you can talk about my business the way I can talk about it, man. Yeah. And that's how she is, and that's how her team is. And with that, that's what's made this center so successful. And we just want to duplicate it.
Can you share a little bit more about how this came to be here in South San Francisco?
I remember talking to Sharon years ago. Sharon is our CEO, Sharon Miller. And I said, I was in Emeryville at this big warehouse that had Barnes & Noble, and they had all this food in there. And I'm walking around and I'm going, man, this is like a one-stop. You can buy food, you can buy products, you can go read a book. They have couches. And I said, man, we need to have this in every major city. But I was talking about something where people can walk in the door, an entrepreneur, and they can say, I need a business license. And we don't have to say, go down the street. So we wanted some place where they can walk in and get everything they needed. And so we started just throwing the idea around. And then the next thing you know, the idea became other people's idea. And then there was partners added to it. Then there was this RFP put out, and we jumped on it because we knew this was what we've been wanting. We've been wanting this one stop. And I'll tell you, this has allowed us to say we should do this everywhere. It needs to be everywhere because small businesses are in need. They are desperate. We found that out during the pandemic. They thought they were okay. They thought that all of their I's were dotted and T's were crossed, and they weren't. They weren't eligible for a lot of the relief funds that were available, and we were able to step in and get them eligible, but then that helped them realize I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. Mm-hmm. We need to have centers everywhere. We need to have space for small businesses to co-locate together everywhere because it's a win-win, not only for the small business, but for the communities that they're serving.
Yeah. As you know, our mission is to connect, inspire, and educate both senior level leaders and emerging level leaders from all three sectors, the private sector, the public sector, and nonprofit sector. Can you share a little bit about why those cross-sector relationships are important in the work you do?
The most important thing is partnerships, collaborations and partnerships. When I first started this position, the first thing that I wanted to do, and I think Amanda will say the same thing, is you have to build it upon partnerships and collaborations. Being a part of Leadership Council San Mateo County was so important because I got to meet peers and colleagues, individuals that were doing some of the same work in different areas but were passionate about being change agents, transforming lives, transforming communities. They're doing such great work. The impact is greater than just entrepreneurship. The impact is greater than some of the others that I'm partnering with now. But together, we're making a bigger impact. So you talk about you being honored. I'm a part of it. I'm honored to be a part of it because I can bring my little piece of impact to a group of individuals committed to impacting their communities. And if we can impact the community, the county, then we can begin to impact California. And if we can impact California, then we can impact the US. So it starts with our county here. So I'm really grateful to be, connected to so many great change agents.
Well, you've mentioned Amanda Anthony,
Yes.
and we're happy to say that she is also here along with one of the small businesses that you've helped launch, Alex Metal, who is coming to us as well. So we're going to get a chance to talk to him right now.
It's about to go up.
Yeah, exactly. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Alex. You get a hug.
You get a
too.
hug too.
Welcome.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Good to see
Alex,
you.
nice to
Yeah.
see you. Nice to see you. All right.
So thanks so much for being here today. Tim has already given you a fantastic introduction, but we have Amanda Anthony, who's the San Mateo County Program Director for the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center. And then we have Alex Medell, who is the owner of 64 Movements, which is a Tai Chi mobile business, and is also a customer of the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center. So thanks for being here, and would love to talk to you guys about sort of your journey.
Absolutely. So when I first moved back to the Bay Area, and as I was walking around exploring, I was posting of the Renaissance Entrepreneurship Center. And at that time, I had just created my online business, which was teaching martial arts to children and seniors. And lo and behold, I see a free nonprofit economic advancement center, and I was like, this is exactly what I need. I was able to find Amanda and the rest of the Renaissance Center here in South San Francisco to really help guide me on what the next steps would be for scaling my business.
I remember you came initially about the business license. I'm like, this is not that easy to navigate. Like, I'm a smart person and they do not make this easy.
I'm learning how to work with a lot of other small businesses around the area to create events and to put on different collaborations. I'm working with a gym that's not too far off from here called Physique Magnifique, and we're working on starting up children's martial arts classes.
Sounds like turning passion to profit, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you're speaking exactly what Tim was speaking to before, is that really personalized experience that Ren Center is bringing, and really sort of taking your passion and your ideas and your own unique path and finding a way to bring that forward. And Tim also spoke, Amanda, about your incredible knowledge of this community. So what advice would you give someone who wants to start a business, doesn't know where to start, and maybe and also doesn't think they have the resources, because that's a really big challenge with a lot of our underserved communities, is really thinking about, how do I take the time to do this?
The short answer is come to Renaissance and we'll get you started. You know, the number one thing that I think we do is adjust mindsets and help you see yourself as a business owner, right? You're not a person who's doing a thing. I feel really confident in saying this. I've built a staff who model that as well. Come to us with a question. If we don't know the answer, we're going to find out the answer because we're curious about the answer, right? Because if you have the question, you're probably not the only person who's had that question. So how can we guide you better? How can we help design something that will help you be successful? You know, sometimes it's also building that trust, right? And saying, hey, I'm giving you an answer. Now trust me that there's something else there that can push you even further.
Well, and to Tim's point about transforming lives, what strikes me in your story, Alex, is you went from being reliant on other entities to do what you love, and you've just gained independence and autonomy, which is the best gift ever, where you can control what you want and grow as you wish. And I mean, what an amazing way. I mean, that really is the definition of transforming someone's life and having that independence. So it's really awesome.
Okay, so we do just a quick round of speed questions at the end. So we're gonna ask you each a question, and just tell me the first thing that comes to mind. So, Tim, what is your theme song?
Wow, me and Amanda were talking Eye of the Tiger for me. You know,
Nice,
Eye of the
I like
Tiger.
that,
Yeah.
I like that. Amanda, one word that describes your purpose.
Knowledge?
And leadership is?
Helping people grow from the bottom.
My superpower is?
Perseverance.
Alex, my superhero is?
Ooh, Superman.
A top quality leader needs?
Listening.
That was it. Good, thank you. You guys, yeah, I
Thank
feel
you
like,
so much.
Amanda,
Yeah.
who does your hair? No.
Yeah. So the last
That is actually a small business.
So, Kaarin, the more we learn about the small businesses that the Ren Center supports, the more I realize there are lots of opportunities for us to support these small businesses. We've hired a lot of the caterers from the Ren Center for our events, and the food's fantastic.
Amazing, yeah.
And now we're already thinking of ways we might invite Alex to come to some of our leadership classes to lead a Tai Chi martial art
Yeah, that
exercise.
was really relaxing. It's good to
so
know about that,
calming
right? Yeah.
and meditative. But I would say if people could go to the Ren Center website and see who their clients are and look for opportunities to support them, that would be an amazing way to give back to the local community.
Yeah, and what I think is also great is that we've been able to tell these stories because of the Pixel Makers, because they are taking their incredible talent in filmmaking and storytelling and allowing us to tell these great stories, because that really, it is fantastic being able to talk to these people and hear their inspiration and to be able to give them this time and space in a way that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. We're super grateful for the Pixel Makers in doing this and lending their talents to this. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you.